Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'll be talking about Champions League quarterfinal and prediction for the first leg. So we got some good games coming up, and I hope it will be some fascinating matches so that we can enjoy this Champions League quarterfinal first leg. Manchester City versus Dortmund. This is going to be a very good game to watch because both of these teams are performing well in Champions League. But then the other team, Manchester City, they are also performing well in the league, but Dortmund are not. So this is some really different form line. Manchester City, we all know that this season they've been untouchable so far. Yes, they did lost some games, but then after those defeats, they do perform well. So, like I said, this team is untouchable so far. On the other hand, for Dortmund, to be honest, this team in Champions League, they're playing some really good football. But then when it comes to Bundesliga, this team is not performing well. So I think they're going to put full focus on Champions League because I think making to top 4 for Bundesliga, it is a bit difficult because they got 7 points to make up in the next 7 games. So I think it is possible, but then the ground to make up is a lot. So I think it's going to be difficult. And that's why I think Dortmund will be more focusing on Champions League, because if they want to retain their players like Haaland, if they don't want him to leave, they'll have to somehow win Champions League or maybe finish top 4 in Bundesliga so that he will play Champions League football, because we all know that that guy loves Champions League football. So I think Dortmund are going to give their best. For this game, I think it's going to be a really good game to watch. I think both of these teams know how to sit back, especially Manchester City, because we all know that they do have one of the best defense this season. On the other hand, Dortmund, yes, when it comes to big games, they do like to sit back, but then their defensive performance is not that good. So I think Manchester City will be looking at this and telling themselves we do have a good chance. So like I said, they don't really have a good defense. I think this will give a lot of benefit to Manchester City, and I think that will be the reason why Manchester City are going to win this leg. I'm going to go for Manchester City 3, Dortmund. So the next game is Real Madrid versus Liverpool. This is going to be a very good game, and I think it is kind of a revenge time for Mo Salah, because we all know that Liverpool lost 3-1 against Real Madrid in Champions League final in 2018. So I think they will be eager to get their revenge. Real Madrid, to be honest, I don't think they did start off the season well, because they were like very slow. They were losing game consistently or also drawing the games. But then recently this team is performing really well. They've been playing some decent football. Their last defeat was in January 30. So I think this is some really good form line. On the other hand, Liverpool, we all know that this team at home this season, especially this year, is not that good because they've been losing a lot of games at home. But then when it comes to away, this is a complete different team. So I think now they're going to be playing at away, so they will be confident. In terms of form line, once again, Real Madrid recently in the last 5 games, they are unbeaten. Yes, they did draw against Atletico Madrid, but afterward they did win 4 games in a row. So I think this is some good form line. But then we all know that Sergio Ramos is going to miss out this game, and I think it is a big miss for them. And so far, he's the only injury issue for them. On the other hand, for Liverpool, yes, once again, they still have some injury issues, but then we all know that this is happening since September or October, because we all know that Liverpool was struggling with a lot of injuries. So I think it is going to be a good game to watch. I think both of these teams will play some attacking football, but I think at the end of the day, maybe Real Madrid will be a little bit too good. We all know that Diogo Jota recently has been performing really well, and I think probably he's one of the best strikers for Liverpool recently, like since he came back from injury. I think he's Liverpool's best striker. So I think Real Madrid will be very aware of that. So I think it's going to be a good game to watch. And it was tough to predict for this game, but I've gone with Real Madrid. I'm going to go for Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. Bayern Munich versus PSG. This is going to be a really great game to watch because Lewandowski won't be here. So I think it is a big problem for Bayern Munich. But then if you look at the performance against RB Leipzig, it was not a bad one. Like, they did play some decent football defensively. They were very organized. So I think because of that, they will be a little bit confident. But once again, it is going to be difficult because you are not going to be playing your best player, and actually the best player in the world recently. So it is going to be a big setback for them. But then on the other hand, PSG, I think this team, they'll have to be more clinical, because against Lille, I saw their performance. It was not a good performance because they were making chances, but they were not clinical enough. So I think that is going to be one of their main focus over here. And I think they will have to stay disciplined, because I did notice that PSG whenever they're losing, they do get a lot of yellow cards and red cards, and we all know that red cards can be costly, especially in Champions League, because if one of the star player, for example Neymar, we all know that his discipline recently is not that good. If he gets a red card, there's going to be a lot of issue for PSG. So I think PSG will have to be more disciplined, and whoever their captain is, he will have to really captain his team and like tell his players to cool down, because once again, getting a red card or 2 yellow cards in Champions League is not a good thing, because if you're going to get a ban, especially if you're the star player, there are going to be a lot of issues. So therefore, I think whoever PSG captain is, he will have to control his team. I think this is going to be a good game to watch. But then, once again, when I saw PSG performance against Lille, it was not their best performance. Yes, in terms of attack, they were creating something, but once again, they were not clinical enough. And we all know that against Bayern Munich, if you don't take your chances, it can be really costly. So therefore, I'm going to go for a little bit of a high scoring game. I'm going to go for Bayern Munich 3, PSG 2. I actually don't think Bayern Munich can score 3 goals without Lewandowski. But then, like, once again, PSG, they do like to dominate a possession. But then, whenever there is some space, Bayern Munich can counter-attack and score goals. So therefore, I think because of that, Bayern Munich will be able to score some. And I think PSG will also test them. So the last game is Porto versus Chelsea. I think this is also a really good game, because Porto, they did upset Juventus. And if you ask me, was the performance good? I think it was world class, because they did upset Juventus, and after getting a red card, they still able to defend so well and score the winning goal. So therefore, I think this team is in some good form, and I think they can be a threat for Chelsea, because we all know that Chelsea recently, they did suffer 5-2 defeat against West Brom. Yes, Chelsea were a man down, but a defeat is a defeat, and mentally it can hurt the team. So I think this is going to be a really great game to watch. And as we all expect, I think Chelsea will dominate the possession and Porto will be happy to sit back. I know Porto in their league, they are not their best team because they are second and Sporting is kind of running away. But then if you look at their Champions League form line, I think they've been performing well. So I think this team will be focusing more on Champions League and maybe trying to go to semi-final. It is difficult because we all know that Chelsea recently, they've been performing well. But then if you look at the 5-2 defeat, and mentally the players will be a little bit disappointed with that performance. So I think this can help them to win this game. But then I think personally it is going to be tough. Porto will have to defend really hard. I did underestimate this team in the last leg, and I think maybe again I'm going to underestimate. I'm going to go for Chelsea to win this game. I'm going to go for Chelsea 1, Porto 0. So that's the end for my Champions League preview and prediction. If you guys did enjoy my video, please give a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys soon with the Europa League predictions.